Salutations readers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nkechi, and for today I'm going to give you all my TBR for the Tarot Readathon 2024. So this is a readathon that's actually taking place in July, so literally July 1st to the 31st, where we pretty much read books that are found upon from tarot cards. So all you have to do really is build your TBR from tarot cards into like a spread of your choosing. It doesn't matter. There's no set a number of books you gotta read. It's just however many books you feel comfortable in putting in here. So it could be 1, it could be 3, it could be 5, 10, 15, 20, who knows. It doesn't really matter. But this is a readathon that's hosted by Deja from Deja's Book World and Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages. And we actually do have some co-hosts as well, but we'll get into that a little bit later. And I will link down below Deja and Noelle's announcement videos in the video description, as also with the Google Doc where it has all the information regarding this readathon. I'm even making an Instagram post, so by the time this video goes up I should already have an Instagram post on my TBR, and I will also have some information here on the screen here about some like things regarding the readathon that I'm not going to say here. After all, looking out through all that, I'm just here to say that I am on Team Wands, mostly for really just the main reason that my sun sign is a fire sign. I'm Aries sun, and Wands is pretty much a suit that's pretty much aligned with fire, and I was like, well, and so why not? Now for Team Wands, the co-hosts are Stephanie from Stephanie Bookish and Christine from the Ruby's Digest. So I'm really excited to be joining this team with these co-hosts, and each team that you decide to be on, like when you do participate in this readathon, you do have to pick a team first because each team has like special abilities and there's like different gifts and challenges that come with it depending on which team you're on. So for Team Wands, we have a particular ability called Fiery Passion, where you can have any prompt that you draw can be easily overwritten by a romance book or with a book with a romantic subplot, and has unlimited use. This team is really the perfect team if you're an avid romance reader. This is it. For me, I'm not much of an avid romance reader, not really, but I do have a few romances on my main TBR here, so maybe an opportunity to get through those books. And also I read a lot of fantasy where there tends to be a romantic subplot anyway, so there's definitely some leeway here. And for Team Wands, we also have an upright gift and reverse challenge. Actually, every team has this, but for each team is specifically different. For the Wands, our upright gift is where you try something new. And then the reversed challenge for Team Wands is that you spend 30 focused minutes on that passion project you've been productively procrastinating. So that's just the quick spiel regarding Tarot Readathon and my team. So let's actually just get to the TBR itself. Now I did already draw the cards already, so I'm gonna put in some footage here of past me drawing up the cards initially. Okay, so I have my tarot card deck here so that it can determine my prompts. And if you're wondering what deck I have, if you're new here, I use Tarot of the Divine that's made by Yoshitani. So that's my card deck, and yep, I'm going to pull, I think about 5 cards. I think I can get through 5 books in a readathon, so we're just gonna do only 5 cards. Okay, so got the cards here. Maybe this one. Okay, you guys get to see it first. 10 of coins. Just gonna put this card down. So that's 1 card down. Okay, so book number 2. Y'all get to see it first. 2 of Swords. Anyways, let's shuffle the deck a couple times here for a 3rd pull. Okay. Y'all get to see the card first. 4 of Swords. Anyways, let me shuffle the card deck again for book prompt number 4. All right, prompt number 4. Y'all get to see first. 8 of Cups. And now I'm gonna shuffle for the very final prompt. Somewhere around here. Y'all get to see the card first. 8 of Wands. And these 5 cards are my reading prompts for this readathon. So get back to present, current, future me. I don't know, the me after this, who will give y'all the actual TBR. So yeah. So I think the first card I pulled was 10 of Coins. And the prompt for this is to read a book focusing on family, Legacy. So I figured that there's only one book, well, not really only, there are a couple books on my physical TBR that could fit this, but there's one book that I'm like, I really do need to read this, and I've been wanting to read it. I've been saying I've been wanting to read this book, and it's finally time that I read, or in this case, reread Jade City by Fonda Lee. So I think I put this in my summer TBR video, I think, yes, that I wanted to reread Jade City, and now here's my opportunity for that. I'm very much excited to reread Jade City, and oh, yep, there's my tabs. I do have tabs because I'm going to be annotating for this reread. I have plans, y'all. I have plans. And I'm very, very excited to get back to this world with the Call family and the gangsters, the Jades, like everything. I'm so looking forward to coming back to this world with familiar characters and all that. And then for the second prompt, I think it was Two of Swords. And the prompt for Two of Swords is to read a book featuring multiple POVs. Now, there's definitely, I do think I have like a lot of books that fit this prompt, but I want to read this particular book because I stopped the Adapted a couple of years ago, and I've been meaning to get back into it. And I think this is the perfect opportunity now for me to read, especially since I'm more in a mood to read this particular genre. So for this prompt, I want to read Vagabonds. This is a literary spiritual realism novel that came out a couple of years ago. I did stop doing it. I think I tried to read it via audio at first, but I think I'm just going to do a physical read with this one. This one has like a slew, multiple perspectives. It's kind of like a vignette style of a novel that are all interconnected. So easily fits the multiple perspective prompt for sure. It's not very, very long. I am kind of in a literary fiction kind of a mood right now, so this is kind of the move for me. And I really want to get back into reading this one. Now for the third prompt, it was, I think I drew Four of Swords. Prompt for Four of Swords is read a guilty pleasure. Unfortunately, I wasn't really sure on how to really interpret this prompt because I don't really have much like a reading guilty pleasure, especially not on hand with me. So this prompt, we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna start using the team ability for Fiery Passion, and I'm just gonna read a romance book. I took this as an opportunity to finally put in Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas for this prompt, because this is actually gonna be, this is a book I'm supposed to be butter reading this next month anyways, with Leslie from Books, Girls, and Purrs. We do have like a live show that's in early August, so I definitely want to put this on the main TBR. This book came out last year. I know a lot of people, I think people were kind of disappointed like how much of the romance is in here versus like in like the Hacienda, but I do own both of those novels, so I do want to at least get to this one for sure. Especially since we're dealing with vampires, this is a Western novel. Yeah, that's all I really know. That's all I really need to know. Nonetheless, though, I am indeed very much excited to see what I think about Vampires of El Norte. Now, the fourth card I pulled was, I think, Eight of Cups. Prompt for this one is to read a book that explores moving on or embarking on a new adventure. Honestly, if you look at my Storygraph mood, right, reading moods, a lot of times my main reading moods is like adventurous, dark, / emotional. So that's like, this is an easy prompt. Especially with fantasy, I got books that fit this prompt easily. But I did choose this particular book because it's a new release. I think this is a debut novel, and I've had it on the shelf now for a few months, and I've been wanting to read it since it came out, and that is Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Pornick. And this one I know is like this is YA fantasy. I think it's a standalone. I think this is supposed to be a standalone, where we follow a young girl who has something regarding magic, but she ends up in this forest having some sort of like a bargain with a spirit, I think, into servitude for some time, something like that. I don't really remember much about the actual synopsis here, but I have been wanting to read this for a while. I mean, look at the cover. This cover is really, really pretty, and I've just had it for few months now, and I have not even tried to read it. So I just want to read it down, and I bought it this year, so why not just give it a shot? Not last, but certainly not least, this is the fifth card that I pulled, which was the Eight of Wands. Prompt for this one is to read a fast-paced story. I usually don't really pick up a lot of fast-paced books, so I was thinking of also using the Fiery Passion ability, but then I recently got this book from Aardvark for June, and I was like, wait, let me see on Storygraph what the pacing is, and apparently it's fast-paced. So I was like, okay, cool. I guess then I do have something that's fast-paced that I have on my physical shelf. and that is Perfume and Pain by Anna Doran. I think it's the same author as Exalted, which I have not read, but I have heard about. Now, this one is pretty much like a modern take into lesbian pulp fiction. That's all I really know, and I think we deal with some unlikable main characters, but I'm not really familiar with lesbian pulp fiction, but I did choose this from Arva, so I think this would be pretty interesting for me to read a book that's like a modern take into it, since it's more lesbian pulp fiction. I think it's more like the 50s and 60s. So yeah, I just want to see like a more modern take into this one. And it's the only book I think I have in my physical TBR that's actually fast-paced that I haven't already read. So this was just an easy opportunity for me to at least give this book a shot. Anyways, these are the books that I plan to read for the Tarot Readathon. Now these are, well, this is from my personal pull for these cards that I pulled here. These books fit these cards. There are also going to be some significator prompts that Noelle from Noelle 7 Pages is going to pull for each team, which will be on a weekly basis. So ideally, I'll be reading these books, but also maybe some potential additional books for those significator prompts that are pretty much random and each team gets. So plan is to read these ones on the mainly, and hopefully some of these books can overlap with those significator prompts. So yeah, that is the goal, and I really am glad that I'm actually participating. I think it's a great use to using my tarot cards. But yes, that is pretty much it. That's all I really have for y'all. Are any of y'all participating in this readathon? Please let me know, comment down below, especially which team you're on. I want to know which team y'all are on. Any of y'all on wands? If y'all on swords, cups, pentacles / coins? And also there is a Discord server as well, so it's definitely best if you are going to participate in this readathon to also be in the Discord. It's going to be in the Google Doc, which I'll link in the video description down below for all this information. If you have questions, ask Deja and Noelle. They can easily answer your questions more than me. I'm just a participant, okay? But anyways, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all participate. If not this year, maybe next year or future years. Now, if you made it this far into the video, you're not participating, you have nothing much else to say, you can leave me a crystal ball emoji. That's giving Celestials very much tarot card reading and psychic reading. Anyways, thank you all for coming onto this video, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.